How's everybody doing? Welcome back to Asshat Podcast on YouTube. What we got here, this is the Cult Movies Book 2. 50 more of the classics, The Sleepers, The Weird and the Wonderful, by Danny Peary. Originally published in like 1983-ish. I never even heard of this book series. And right after I moved out to Texas, when I moved out, I probably went about 4 weeks without a job. And I was trying to find a way to keep myself entertained and not be in the house constantly when I was trying to find a job. So found a local library. I got a job hunt. Now I go by the library and sit down for an hour or two and read through a book. Found this book in there. Now this is not that copy. This is a one I bought later. Well, one of the library book sales. I either got book 3 or book 1 of this series. There's 3 books total. Each one of 50 movies. And I finally found this online for fairly cheap. And what it is this is back, this is 83, so Peary's taking films that back then, about the only place you can really see a lot of these is if they got rescreened in the theater, or if you happen to catch them on, cut on TV. I mean, HBO wasn't even really that big. You get the forward. Then we get our films. Okay, I'm just going to talk about the ones I've seen and remember a lot about. Alter States, I have seen, but it's been a long-ass time. This movie was kind of infamous amongst a bunch of us kids, because for some reason, the local, I think it was the Fox affiliate by then, it was Channel 15 out of Mobile, aired this about once a month, and there's a scene in it towards the end where you see the wife's ass, and they don't censor it, they didn't cut it, and that was the big thing once I was all elementary. Oh my God, there's ass on TV. It's interesting. I don't remember a whole lot about it because it's been a long time. The American Friend, I had never seen. It's a 1977 film. I want to eventually see every one of these in here. Barbarella, another one I saw when I was younger, have not seen it since then. Don't remember really enjoying it, but the Basket Case, fucking great Helen Lauder film, 82, of course. And you see, he gives a long ass review on each one of these. Beat the Devil, another one I've never seen, 54. Bedazzled, 1967, yes. For people who've seen the Brandon Fraser and what's her name? I can't think of that girl's name now. The English, the UK woman that was in Austin Powers 1. I can't think of her name. That was a remake of this one, which had Dudley Moore and Peter Cook. This is actually really fucking funny. But another one. Been a little while since I've seen it. Is that Raquel Welch back in the day? The Diving Nun sequence. The Big Heat. Another one. Heard a lot about this. Never seen it. 53. Blood Feast. 1963. Oh my God. Blood Feast. H.G. Lewis's first big blood movie, his first big hit. Blood Feast was so good. Blood Money, another one. Heard good shit about it, just never got to see it. Blood Money, 33. A Boy and His Dog, another really cool film that it seems to be thought of as being in the public domain, or at least one print is, because you will find it popping up on some of these PD sites and PD sets. Cool little mid-70s science fiction based on a Harlan Ellison story, but it doesn't like how it got changed. Breathless, which I'd never heard of before this. It came out in 59. Looks halfway interesting. Bride of Frankenstein, which is kind of weird being in a cult book, but I can understand that. Of course, everybody's seen, or at least heard of Bride. Like I said, decent pictures. Children of Paradise. This is from 1945. Another one, never had heard of this until this book. Excuse me. Clockwork Orange, of course, from 1971. One of my favorite Kubrick films. Some great shots from this, too. Like this one, when he's checking out the records with the girls. And it's hard to... Cutter's Way. Another one, never heard of this. Early 80s. Jeff Bridges, John Hurd. Not really anybody else in it that's a big name. Dark Star. John Carpenter and Dan O'Bannon. Produced and directed by John Carpenter. John Carpenter's first feature-length film, if I'm thinking right. It's a space crew. They're nuts. It's so good. That's one that I think it was after it was after, because I read this book in 97. And it was probably after 2000 when I first got to see it. I finally found somebody had a VHS. Daughters of Darkness. This is one I'd never heard of until I read about it in this book in 1971. And then, not long afterwards, Anchor Bay, was it? Put it out on DVD. And it was uncut, and I got that version. The first nudie musical from 1976. I don't think there's actually any nudity in it. Oh, whoa. No, right on some tits. It's got Shirley from Laverne and Shirley. Cindy Williams, cannot think of her real name. Godzilla King of the Monsters from 56. Yeah. It's a cult movie, definitely. I think it's bigger than a cult movie. The Great Texas Dynamite Chase from 77. Claudia Jennings. One of her few big films. Always love that picture there. Oh, this one reminds me of Helen Hunt for some reason. Don't know why. High School Confidential. One I have not seen, but I would like to. 58. MGM, Russ Hamlin. John Drew Barrymore. Mimi Van Doren. His Girl Friday. Yeah. Last Tango in Paris. I used the butter. Oh, Jesus. 1973. We got an X-rated, if I remember right. Marlon Brando. Nobody else really nobody else I've ever even heard of in this. Man Who Fell to Earth with David Bowie. This is a 76 film. It's a science fiction kind of there film. Another one, I have not seen this in years. I saw this probably late 80s on VHS. That's the last one I saw. Marty, I'm not the world's largest Hitchcock fan. Seen it, but it's been so long. I don't remember shit about this one. Massacre at Trial. This is one this book introduced me. This is from 76. I never even heard of this. And I'm reading like, this actually sounds pretty interesting. Andrew Stevens and Robert Carradine are probably the biggest names in this. Besides, if you know cult movies, you know Rainbow Smith. Everybody else kind of know. New Kids School. The popular kids are kind of dicks. He kind of takes them out and he becomes a douchebag. Very unusual film. This guy puts an interesting theory about this film out in here. This at the time was like, you didn't see it, and then all of a sudden it popped up on TNT late one night and recorded, and right after that's when the Columbine shit happened, and I still don't think this has ever gotten a DVD release. I still think it's one of those that's kind of hard to come by. Because Robert Carradine ends up playing like the stoner in the movie, and Andrew Stevens, I'm trying to remember what part he plays now. Rainbow Smith's one of the cheerleaders. Mommy Dearest from 81. Know the movie? Never seen it. Monty Python and the Holy Grail from 74. I'll be honest, I'm not the biggest Monty Python fan. Life of Brian's funny as shit. Some of the skits from Cher are funny. This movie, it's not for me. Morgan with an exclamation point. 66. Yeah, never heard. Miss 45. Oh, geez. A Belle Ferreira film. This is the one with Zoe Chambliss where she gets raped and goes out for revenge. Cool little movie. And I want to say there's a print of this that was considered PD because it showed up on a lot of sets. I love some of these posters. Like, that's a badass poster. That's actually a cool poster too, but that's a badass poster. My Darling Clementine from 1946 with Henry Fonda. And see, it's every genre. Night of the Demon. This is an older one. This one's 57. This is Night of the Demon. This is not the Killer Bigfoot. This is this one, the British film. Nightmare Alley, the 47 film about carnies, which I've always wanted to see, just never have. Parallax View sounds interesting. 74. It's like a political thriller. Never seen it, but this book made me want to. Phantom of Paradise. This is one that's from 74. I've heard of it, and I did not see this thing until probably 2004, 2005. Somebody I know got a DVD of it watching. It's interesting. It's not great, but it's interesting. I love their fake Beach Boys and their fake kiss. Picnic at Hanging Around. That's a Peter Weir film. Another one, never seen it. It's from 75. About some girls disappearing on a school trip. Like I said, never seen it. Pretty Baby, the controversial 1978 Paramount film. Brooke Shields. Oh shit, what the hell is her name? I'm looking at the thing here. Damn it. Susan Sarandon. Very controversial film time because Brooke Shields, I think she's new then or something. She's young too. She's like 10, 11, something like that. And she's a hooker or some shit. Quadrophenia from 79. Another one I've heard a lot about, and I actually have seen. Don't remember a fucking thing about this movie besides it's based on a Who album. Salt of the Earth. Never heard of it. 1954. The Seventh Seal. 1956. This is the Bergman film. Heard about it, seen all the scenes that get parodied from it, never actually seen it. And I've seen these pictures. That picture right there, and that picture right there in so many movie books. Some Like It Hot from 59. This is the Monroe, Curtis, Jack Lemmon one. Yeah. Seen it. It's okay. It's entertaining. Nothing super special, but I'm not the world's biggest Marilyn Monroe fan. I don't think she was that good. Sullivan's Travels. Another one never heard of for 41. Taxi Driver from 76. Damn. And I don't know, I can't remember in this review if he does the theory about the end of the film actually just being a hallucination of the dying De Niro or not. Speaking of De Niro, Harvey Keitel right there. To Be or Not to Be. Now, I've not seen this one. I've seen the later one, the remake by Mel Brooks. It was good. This one, I don't know. Vanishing Point, one I want to see now. I mean, hell. Tarantino got me wanting to see Vanishing Point thanks to Death Proof from 71. Car movie, of course. That's why it's mentioned in Death Proof. White Heat from 49. Don't really know much about this. It's what, Cagney? Yeah, Cagney. The Wicker Man. This is the original from 73. Cool little movie. This kind of exposed me more to him, made me want to see it more than the Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Essay by Henry Blinder. 1971. It's a long ass thing on Willy Wonka. I love Willy Wonka. Wuthering Heights. Yeah, don't really give a fuck. 1939. We got to be getting there. Zardoz. 1974. The Flying Head. The Crazy Outfits for Sean Connery. And this is not the movie that made him quit acting. He did something worse. We got Zardoz. Then we got a list of everything contained in book 1. And then an index. And Perry he did another book called Cult Movie Stars, which I have. It's a fairly thick, just like reference book. I've got all these. And he seems to have went on to like baseball books after this, if I remember the right name. And these are cheap. Like I said, I got one of these at like a library book sale for $1. The other two I bought off like Abe Books or Amazon, used copies. You see what the sticker was on this one. A couple bucks with shipping. You know, movie reference books like this are not as valuable as they used to be because people are like, oh, I can just go look it up on IMDb. And yeah, you can get reviews there, but you're not going to get the quality of reviews usually. You get this many pages long one. And you're not going to find it. How many people out there writing? I can only think, especially like if you consult movie blogs, there's only a couple movie blogs I know of where they write long, thorough reviews, and that'd be like the Lick Ness Monster blog, and then Cody LL's blog of stuff, I think maybe the name of it. It's Cody LL blog. Look that up. That should get it for both those guys write nice, long, thorough reviews. Remind me of the shit in these books, so I love their blogs. Well, anyway, if you enjoyed this, ba-boom, thumbs up. Look at that glare. Ooh, look at the glare. Thumbs up, leave a comment, subscribe, all the other bullshit. Talk to everybody later. Bye-bye.